I got £9 on my bank account.
In the UK, yeah, you have to work like a rat. You have to work like a rat to live like a donkey.
What the fuck is going on in the UK? Childcare costs, horrendous. Car insurance, horrendous. Shopping, double horrendous.
What in the actual cost of living crisis is going on? What do you mean? Guess how much I paid for this?
Oi, welcome to Brit Rants, and today we're diving headfirst into the absolute circus that is the cost of living crisis. Bills up, wages down, and everyone's losing the plot. Hit that subscribe button if you're tired of surviving instead of living, and let's see what TikTok's got to say about this mess.
Someone tell me, what in the name of the cost of living crisis is going on in this country? Because I've just been food shopping, nothing high end, went to Aldi, love a bit of Aldi, but please tell me why I've come out and felt like I've had my pants pulled right down because I feel violated at the cost of my food shop. That's literally gonna last me a week. 1 week. There's 5 of us, right? Technically, there's 4.5 because I've had a gastric band and my 7-year-old can eat more than I can. But why? Why are we paying things like, I don't know, £5 for a packet of sanitary towels? They're not even reusable. In the name of Gemma Collins, nah, this ain't for me. Not for me.
What in the actual cost of living crisis is going on? What do you mean? Guess how much I paid for this? Guess how much I paid for this gingerbread iced latte. Guess. No added shots, no added shots. It's a medium, might I add. £5.80. I paid £3.80 for this. £5.80. Remember when these used to be £3? Are you actually having a giggle? I paid £5 for something that is that small and is going to go in 30 seconds. Are you actually joking? This is what's exactly wrong with the world. I looked to the window thinking, yeah, she'll only charge me £4. £5.80. We are going insane! I just paid £5 for a coffee. £5. We're in a cost of living crisis. We're in a cost of living crisis, and I paid £5 for a coffee.
What the fuck is going on in the UK? Childcare costs, horrendous. Car insurance, horrendous. Shopping, double horrendous. Like, everything costs a fucking fortune. Now, luckily, I'm in a position where I can afford it. What are people doing, yeah? I haven't got much money. What the fuck? All our bills are rising, but what if you've not got a little bit of money to make up for that bill that's increasing? Then what do you do? I am literally fed up with this country. I just want out. I mean, I know nowhere else is perfect, but just the cost of living is getting ridiculous. And then actually, living's just poor. Like, people, I feel like people are just surviving. Every other day, I am seeing people posting that they are just working to survive. They've got nothing to show for the money that they're earning. It's just a sad, sad existence, and I'm not fucking here for it. That is why I started making income online. I started making income online so I can live a better lifestyle, so that I do not have to slave away for a paycheck that doesn't go far. I need to fucking wake up. We're living in a digital era. We're going into 2025. The world is changing. If you do not change with it, you're going to get left behind and you're going to live such a miserable, miserable life. It's time to work smarter, not harder.
Every time someone says, just budget better, I lose another year off my life. Mate, I'm budgeting down to the oxygen I breathe at this point.
So, after travelling a month in Thailand and literally having the best time because everything's so cheap, everyone is so happy, they love their life, and they are literally the most friendliest people ever, you come back home. And now I've had to do my shopping, and oh my god, let me just tell you something. I've just spent £100 on food shopping, which therefore has only got me 3 bags. It is literally terrible what world and society we live in. It is so dear. Everyone is so depressed. And I don't understand how people can actually live like this because the prices are unreal. It is disgusting. Like, it is time we actually wake up and try and break this, because at the end of the day, we are living in a crisis. People cannot afford to eat, and I'm telling you, the prices have gone up. I don't know if it's me because I've become selfish because I've had such luxury and it's been so cheap in Thailand, or if it's just absolutely trying to rip me off in Tesco's. Please tell me, guys, am I wrong or am I right? Because that is an absolute joke.
I'm so fucking tired of the UK. It's gone to the point where I'm looking at moving out. Because I think it's going to take fucking years for the UK to start doing better again. Because it's that fucked. The thing is, moving is not fucking easy. Thanks, Brexit. I need a visa, I need a job, I need to save a shit ton of money, and probably learn a new language. And unless you're wealthy, your quality of life is fucking shit. I cannot afford, as a nearly 30-year-old, to rent something other than a fucking room. I work full time, so I should at least be able to afford a one-bed apartment. It's not that fucking much to ask for, it's a one-bed apartment. I think as a country, we're so desensitised to everything that we just take the bare fucking minimum. I don't claim to be in poverty, and my life isn't terrible. There are so many people out there who can't even afford to put food on the fucking table. And it's not like it's an uncommon thing. This is quite common now. Just like, what the fuck?
What is going on with the cost of living? Sorry, it was a bit aggressive, but what is going on? I mean, I've just had to redo my car insurance, and I've got like loads of New Year's claims, blah de blah de blah. I'm old as fuck, so my car insurance should be low. Is it low? No, it isn't. It's gone up again. What is going on with like food shopping? Every time I go to the supermarket, everything I buy is like more expensive. For example, the coffee that I buy, which is just like a regular filter coffee, has gone up £2? £2? How can something go up £2 in what must be about the space of like 2 or 3 weeks? £2? I know it's just £2, but £2? I can't, even with how much everything's costing. Fuel's gone up. Insurance on my home has gone up. Insurance on my car has gone up. Like, food shopping has gone up. Water bill's going up. My council tax is threatening to go up. Ooh, just my utility bills have gone up from like £160 a month to £230 a month. We have no money. Where are people getting the money from? Okay, stop shouting, Fiona. I'm fine. But where are people getting the money from? What is going on in this country?
Brilliant how surviving in Britain now feels like some twisted reality show, but instead of winning money, you just win the right to exist another month.
See, this is why I can't live in this country. £4 for this. So I don't know if it's just me, but I personally feel like that's a fucking piss take, to be honest. Look, how many chips are in there? I could count them chips. £4 for that. That must have cost about 40 pence to make. And the thing is, I was so close to saying something as well to the girl when she put it down on the counter, but I felt bad because she was like, she looked like she just started a job or something. But I really wanted to say is that it? But I didn't. I held my tongue. I thought, Chantel, just leave it. Just leave it. Just put your salt and vinegar on and leave the shop, because this is just what life is now. You're just gonna have to deal with it, love.
The UK just is not a dream country for us to live in anymore. You know, the weather is absolutely depressing. It brings down our moods. We're either workaholics who rarely have any free time, or we're tired and broke. You know, we are absolutely taxed on everything. Inflation is continually peaking. And, you know, most people can barely afford to live or pay their bills. The younger generation are going to find it so hard to get on the property ladder. I actually read a recent article about how 1/3 of young people will never be able to afford to buy a home. You know, they're never going to be able to get onto that property ladder. How sad is that? And, you know, crime is at its absolute peak. There is drugs everywhere. And I want my daughter to feel safe where she's living, and generally the quality of life is just getting worse. You know, 20 years ago there were no waiting lists for anything. The quality of life has completely deteriorated. Oh, why else would you want to live in the UK? And these are just a few of the reasons why we want to move out of the UK as a family.
Don't mind my jacket drying at the back. But as I said, we're struggling again financially, right? We have 8 days left of the month. No, 7 days left. I got £9 on my bank account. Anyways, I have to go to a meeting to a faraway place today, and I would cycle because public transport is expensive. Of course, it's pissing down with rain. It's raining. So I can't cycle. I cannot cycle in London in rain because, again, I will die. So I have to take the bus. And that's £175 each way, plus extra added time for travel. Because cycling don't take that long. But the bus and traffic in 8:39 in the morning does. So all of this is making me really frustrated. How did we have sun for like a month? And the day that I really, really need it to be sunny, or at least not raining, so I can cycle places, it's raining.
Is anyone else finding the cost of living in England absolutely astronomical? Because Jesus Christ, I've just come out of Tesco, and I've just bought some bits and bobs. Basically, I've just filled a bag, and with my club card, it still cost me 74 quid. I've bought salad for dinner, some baguettes, some prawns, conditioner. I did buy some hair dye because, you know, Jesus Christ. I can't think what else I've bought. Just general household bits and bobs. Some more mixer for the dogs. 74 quid. I don't know how people can afford to live much longer with the bills the way they're going up. It's absolutely astronomical. I mean, I earn good money. I do earn good money. But £74 for a bag of shopping is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Here we are. It's my Sunday afternoon thought for you.
It's cute how people still act surprised when groceries cost more than rent. Like, mate, welcome to the Hunger Games Tesco edition.
In the UK, yeah, you have to work like a rat. You have to work like a rat to live like a donkey. You understand? You have to work like a rat to live like a donkey. The UK is completely finished. Back in the days, in our parents' time, one income household is perfect. Your dad can work, you know, your mother can take care of the household. It was convenient, it was easy, you can pay the bills, you can go on nice holidays, etc, etc. You understand? But nowadays, the man has to work 3-4 jobs, you know. The woman has to work as well to pay for childcare, because childcare is expensive in itself. It's like $1,000 a month to put your child in childcare. You understand? Like nowadays, it's too expensive. Owning a car is too expensive. Going on a holiday is too expensive. Like, it's ridiculous. When I went to Egypt, yeah, I lived like a millionaire. I lived like a millionaire in Egypt, because obviously everything was cheap there. It was easy. When I had one friend, yeah, he was working in Thailand. He was living on the beach. Like, how do you live on a beach? You understand? But he was living on the beach, and I was telling him, how much were you, I was asking him, how much were you paying in rent? He said, you know what he said? £200 a month. £200 a month to live on the beach. You understand? In Thailand. And I go, what about food and everything like that? He goes, I was not cooking. I go, what do you mean you weren't cooking? Like, were you eating as expensive? He goes, no, I was spending like £20 a day. I was spending like £20 a day on food, 4 or 5 meals a day. 4 or 5 meals a day, that cost him £20. Sign me up to that, man. You understand? In the UK, the average rent is £1,000, and that's a rubbish property. £1,000 to eat out 3-4 meals a day. You're spending like £60. Too expensive. That is ridiculous. But I am not the type of person to point fingers. I need to point fingers at myself. You understand? You need to learn a skill that pays you more. You need to create a business. Learn to leverage your skills. And if truly you don't want to live in the UK, you need to plan your escape. I'm planning my escape. But are you planning yours, or are you just going to settle for this UK lifestyle. The UK is finished, man. There's no alternative. You understand? It is what it is. Are you gonna take the leap? Because I'm considering taking the leap. I need to go to a Muslim country, man. Because you can't have nice things in the UK. You understand? You have a nice car, it'll get scratched by someone. You'll have a nice watch, you'll get robbed. You understand? If you go to a Muslim country, none of that stuff will happen. I can tell you that.
Look, we all know grocery prices are getting pretty expensive nowadays, but I do want to just draw attention to the fact of the difference between the shops and that there is still value. Now, what I didn't realize is the difference is actually huge. So between shopping in like a Waitrose compared to like Aldi or Iceland is genuinely 40 to 50% even for the same product. I was looking at Bird's Eye fish fingers today. In Waitrose for 32, it's over £9, and the exact same packet in Iceland is £5. So honestly, if you just switch your shop and probably get the same items, you can save considerable amount just by going to a different supermarket, even if the items are the same.
Bills, rent, food, fuel. It's almost like they're running a social experiment to see how little a human can live on before completely snapping.
Do you know, I think it's mental that in 2025, the bills are as expensive as they are. Like, it's me, my partner and our toddler. We've got a bungalow and our council tax has just gone up to like £225. Like, why is it so fucking much? I know people who have got houses, like they have another whole story, like another floor, paying like 170 quid. Like, half my fucking house is missing. Why is it so expensive? And like, I'm all for paying for council tax, you know, for bin collections and so on. But like, they don't even fucking collect our bins every week now. It's every 2 weeks. I just think it's mental. And I was up at 1 o'clock in the morning, worrying about how am I going to get Frankie's nappies for the month? How am I going to get his box of wipes for the month? How am I going to pay for his nursery bill? You know, like I get 20% from the government for that, but whoopee fucking do. I pay 20% tax on my wages, so really, like, it's just not fair. I'm like, do you know what? I completely understand there is people out there worse off than me. I just need to vent and get this off my chest. But like, how are people? How are you doing it? How are you doing it? Like, it is just absurd. Like, I'm a dental nurse and I've had patients come in tears, stressing about how they're going to pay for their next food shop. How are they meant to pay to get their teeth fixed when they don't even know where their next food shop's coming from? Like, do you know how heart-wrenching that is? And dental care is just a basic human right, do you know what I mean? This shit needs fucking sorting out.
Now, when people ask me if I like London, I would say, yeah, sure, it's okay, it's not that bad. Because my family live here, because I was born here, I am a proud British citizen. However, a few things have happened that made me really thoroughly reconsider whether I actually want to live here or not. Something pretty major is the cost of living crisis right now. I remember 5 years ago, when I went to Wagamama's, a bowl of chicken ramen would be £9.99. And now it is £14.99 or £15.99. I just want to say that the same increase has not happened with wages. Food is just ridiculously overpriced in London. Like, if you want to have a good day out, you're going to be spending at least £50-60, sometimes more. A coffee at Starbucks is now £4.95 or something like that. It's just crazy. It used to be a meal like 5 years ago. You have all sorts of weird and wacky things happening in London. You've got those phone thieves going around stealing people's phones. You've got absolute nutters throwing chairs down escalators at Westfield. TfL have increased their prices to the point where they're now the most expensive public transportation system on the planet. The weather here is absolutely miserable. It's pretty much rainy, cold, windy all the time. Even in summer, you're lucky to get a sunny day. And then when it is actually summer, you get massive heat waves, which means you just can't sleep in your room, which is optimized for storing and conserving heat, thanks to the way that British houses are designed. Not to mention that in the UK, we pay some of the highest taxes in the world. And depending on how much you earn, you could be paying up to 45% tax. The rich or top 1% are fine because they just funnel their funds outside the UK. The really poor can't afford to pay it. So the middle class get absolutely destroyed. Anyway, those are just a few of the reasons why I think the UK is one of the worst places to live now. If there's any that I missed, please comment down below and add them.
We're at a point where having a roof over your head and food on your plate makes you feel like you've won the lottery. Britain, you absolute legend.
Oh, I've had enough. I've really had enough. How old would you guys... Oh God, this is very dodgy asking the internet this, but how old would you guys think that I am? I've got some grey hairs coming through here. Yes, I've got makeup on, but my face moves. I've got quite a lot of wrinkles. I've got like wrinkles on my eyes. My neck is getting a bit saggy. Why am I telling the internet this? Anyway, my point is, I am so sick of people's faces on the internet with filters on and Botox and lasers and fillers, and no shade to people who do that because it's your face and you do whatever you want. But where are the people with normal faces who don't get work done because we can't afford it? Where are you? Where are all the people? So anyway, I didn't really want to show my face like this today. And then I thought, how ridiculous is it that I don't want to show my perfectly normal face on the internet because I'm so used to seeing a filtered face, and I look in the mirror and go, ooh, a little bit, because my face doesn't look like that. And even amongst my friends, my face does look a little bit different because I don't know anyone apart from me of my age who hasn't had Botox, at least at the minimum. Most people have had a lot more than Botox by my age. So go on, let's have it. How old do you think I am?
I can't believe it. The UK has gone to shit. I've just been into a chippy and bought a load of food. You know, they wrap it in paper, and usually they say, they put it in a bag for you, or do you want a bag, or whatever. They just chucked them at me, right? Like this. This is what they gave me, right? And I looked at the guy and went, have you not got a bag? And he went, oh, well, yeah, you can have one, but it's 15p. 15p. 1-5. And I went, are you having a laugh? 15p. 15p. Like, you want me to walk down the street like this, which, by the way, I just had to do. Luckily, I've got the car down the road, but I mean, hello? 15p for a friggin' bag. Where's that? What's going on with that 15? Where's that going? Like, do you know what I could get for 15p in Taiwan? I'm paying 15p for a bag. Right. As far as I'm aware, bags are made the same way everywhere in the world. If they choose to sell plastic bags, that's up to them. If the green agenda is their concern, they could, you know, supply biodegradable bags or whatever. But I'll give you an example. I went to places in Asia who, again, charge for a bag, but they charged the equivalent of, I don't know how much it would even be. It was probably like half a penny, maybe, because it was in, you know, in their money. I just don't get it. I mean, 5p, fair enough. Even when it went up to 10p, I thought that was a bit over the top. But 15p, what is going on? And do you know what the worst thing is? Bad business decision. Because now, I don't want to go there anymore to that particular takeaway. Because I don't want to be the prick walking down the road with a load of paper, hot, wet, soggy food. I mean, luckily I've got the car. If I had to walk home like that, I'd be like, nah, forget it. 15p. Fuck that. I'll stay at home and cook. That is not the way to do business.
And there you have it, the great British cost of living crisis. Everything's up except our bank balances. Brilliant. Might start charging people just to hear me moan at this point. Thanks for surviving this rant with me. If you want more brutal honesty and British sarcasm, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe.